Indeed, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this fully sold out, could have been twice over, Chamber lunch for May. Thank you very much indeed for coming along today. It's great to have your company. It's good to see so many familiar faces around the room. We have a busy lunch today, and as you can see, we are completely and utterly full as well. We had our AGM just this morning, so Chamber has been on it since very early. I will keep it as short as I possibly can. My job really here is to just quell the room in time for our President. Will you please welcome Jennifer Carnegie.
Thanks, Murray. Hi, everybody. Fantastic to just about be able to see you here in the room. It's nice and light down there, but it's dark up here, but absolutely fantastic to have you all with us for another sellout lunch. So it might be a bit dangerous to tempt fate, but we can probably say that Brexit is behind us. And we can look forward to our first normal summer for 3 years. The glimmers of hope of the sectors that were most affected by the pandemic are extremely welcome. You know who they are. As always in business, though, there are several other high-impact factors playing into the current situation, not least the after-effects of the pandemic, including supply chain issues, staffing issues, and Brexit. These are intermingled with the energy crisis, inflationary trends, and interest rate rises. And we'll hear later from today's speaker, General Sir Peter Wall, about impacts we may also be feeling from the Ukraine war. Thank you very much, Peter, for joining us today. I know that people are really interested in what you have to say. The post-Brexit political complexion in Europe has entered a new phase after recent elections, for example, in Germany and in France, and we've got our own elections here next month. These are very important for our island economy and our way of life. And as we've discussed before, there's some challenging issues that remain unresolved by the current administration and must surely be addressed by our new government, and we'll be watching closely. For our part, we in the Chamber have an imperative to establish a strong rapport with the next ministerial team. I believe we've maintained a very productive relationship throughout the COVID period, and I'm grateful to everyone on both sides who have made that work. It might be fashionable in populist politics to seek influence by berating people, both face-to-face and on social media, but our influence and our success, I believe, has been achieved by collaboration and rapport rather than antagonism. And personally, I hope that that's something that will continue. We're structured for success in the Jersey Chamber of Commerce with our sector-specific committees, which provide expertise that offers credible and balanced policy suggestions to the government. And when I say balanced, I mean that it's never our intention to pursue commercial benefit without consideration for the wider needs of the Jersey community. We recognise the tensions between wealth creation and social well-being. We know that economic downturn punishes the most vulnerable, and there's no way that wealth in Jersey can sit easily with deprivation. It would just be wrong. Chamber's apolitical posture puts us in a good position, though, to take up the reins with whichever politicians are elected to the new government, and I know there's a few of you in the room today. You're very welcome. Yes, we have a degree of continuity through our relationships with government officials, department by department, but in the end, it's the ministers to whom we have to promote our members' interests, your interests, and that's what we're here to do. So I have one or two parish notices for us today, given that, as Murray said, we've just had our annual general meeting an hour and a half ago. So one or two changes in personnel at the Chamber. Firstly, I'd publicly like to thank Cathy Elliott. Cathy has led our Building and Development Committee for several years. She's taking a well-earned break, and Simon Matthews is stepping into the chair role. Simon's over there. So thanks very much to Cathy for everything that she's done, and Simon, we're really grateful for you stepping into the role. I'd also like to thank Paul Murphy, who's so ably led our Retail and Supply Committee over the last 18 months and made a heck of a difference there. Paul has had to step down as chair due to other work commitments, but Daphne East has stepped into the role. Thank you, Paul, for the difference that you've made, and thank you, Daphne, for taking on the new role. You're going to love it. John Shenton has been our Vice President for the last 3 years. His term has come to an end, and he has been replaced today by the same Daphne East that is leading our Retail and Supply Committee. So I'd like to thank John for the commitment that he's given Chamber, the heart attacks that he sometimes gives Murray and I when he's in the papers, and over the last 3 years. And we really are looking forward to welcoming Daphne onto the Executive Council. Daphne, you'll know, was the Town Centre Manager in St Helier. She then went on to work for Ease and Mine and is now the Director of Operations for Alliance, so has a good pedigree, is well known to Chamber and has made a fantastic start as Vice President in the first hour and a half in the role, so you're very welcome. So my time is up too. So as President, I have done my 3-year term. And when you give of your time to being President of an organisation like the Chamber of Commerce, you never own the role. You're only just borrowing it for a period to then hand it on to somebody else, hopefully in good or ideally in better shape. And it's important that we choose people for these roles who are knowledgeable, committed and accepting of the responsibility to carry on the work of the organisation and serve the membership. There's the added perk in Jersey that the President has to formally adopt Murray, and that can be a challenge any day of the week here. So I'm absolutely delighted that Adam Budworth, a long-time supporter of the Jersey Chamber of Commerce, is to become our new President. Adam is the Managing Director of Grant Thornton in Jersey and Guernsey and is very well known on the business circuit in the island. Adam has been the Honorary Treasurer at Chamber for the last 5 years. Now, with that comes a slight drama, because the Treasurer is the one position on the Executive Council that they cannot hold any other position whilst they're in that role. So we need to find a new Treasurer, and Adam, being the consummate professional he is, wants to hand over the role in its entirety in good order. So the Executive Council have agreed, and at the AGM the members supported this morning, that I will put my retirement on a very, very brief hold. So I will remain as President until we free Adam up, until we recruit a new Treasurer, and we're looking at all the people who could be suspects and candidates for that role. As soon as we find a new Treasurer, Adam will become the President of the Chamber of Commerce. Until then, you've got me again. So we wish him very well. He'll be an absolute asset. He has been an absolute asset for Chamber over the last 5 years, and I'm thrilled to see him take over. And he's quite good at controlling money as well, which is always helpful. So you know that sponsorship is crucial for us to host these lunches, and we're thrilled that Bedell Christen are the sponsors for today's event. So Bedell Christen are an award-winning law firm. They've got offices in Jersey and Guernsey, BVI, Cayman Islands, Singapore and London. They pride themselves on being straightforward to work with and wholly focused on delivering success for their clients. We're absolutely delighted and thrilled and very thankful that they are our sponsors today. Welcome, Tim, Global Managing Partner for Bedell Christen. Absolutely fantastic to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your lunch.